Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, recently I've been talking a lot about trout fishing, and I know that for so many of you, you probably never go trout fishing. Maybe you would like to. If you would like to, I'm hoping I can pass on things that would help you get started, because I think it's a fabulous way to fish. And I recently talked about people that had come here to use their fly fishing skills to catch muskies. And that's just one of the attractions that we have. But our trout fishing is just fantastic. And I never realized it was as good as it is. But right now, this time of the year, it's normally closed. And people don't even think about going out for trout. But New York State has placed certain areas as a special artificial only area where that's all you can use is flies or maybe little spinners or spoons or something. You have to release the fish. You can't keep them. There's no take-home limit on trout right now. That stopped on October 16th. But we still have wonderful fishing. And I talked to Aaron Hardy, who is one of our another one of our examples of a local person that is using this water resource that we have as a way of life now, as a guide. And Aaron's whole theme is to take out people that have never fly fished before and teach them how to fly fish, and at the same time catch some of the wonderful trout that we have in some of our streams here. And I called Aaron. I said, Aaron, tell me, how is there good trout fishing right now? He says, yeah, there's some wonderful trout fishing right now. And a week ago, I talked about my talk with Tim Damon, who is of the same ilk. Tim does so much to teach people about fly fishing. And Tim had told me also that on the Salmon River, that there was some tremendous hatches right now of very specific flies that only hatch this time of the year. And I didn't get into specifics with Aaron in this conversation. I just asked him, would he recommend people that they could go and enjoy fly fishing right now on these rivers? And he fishes the Salmon River as well. That's just a real blessing that we have in our area, is the Salmon River that runs through Malone. And I asked Aaron, I said, you know, all these years when I travel to Burlington or any place up north like that, I go through the back road that goes through Westville. I said, is there trout there in the Westville area? He says, yeah. I've had times of catching wonderful brown trout in that area. So again, this gives you kind of a pointer of where you can go. You don't have to necessarily fish in downtown Malone to get some of the great trout fishing that we have. But just remember, you have to make sure that you're fishing with artificials and you don't keep any of these fish. And that's what's part of our latter in the year trout fishing. It's important that we protect this species, just like we talk about protecting the bass in the St. Lawrence River. We need to make sure these streams that we have in our area, that I never really knew that the trout fishing was as good as I'm now discovering. And Aaron also said he was going to take this time to fish one of his favorite ponds in the area for brook trout. And that's really a passion with a lot of people. Brook trout are really a special trout. They don't fight any harder than other trout, but they're the most beautiful fish that you could ever imagine catching. And somehow being in that arena where brook trout live and being able to catch them is part of the real blessing of the fall. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.